We keep receiving new subscribers, so nothing to say but welcome. Welcome to the channel, and soon enough we're gonna need a bigger boat.
We're gonna need a bigger boat, I think, right now. So guys, obviously thank you for subscribing. If you haven't done so, hit like and subscribe. Today we're gonna do the Ask RG when we answer your questions, your comments.
You can, send them with the hashtag AskRG, as you can see here. And we would like to answer all of them. Of course, we've been receiving a lot of questions in the last few weeks, but we can only do 8 or 10 per segment, so we have to choose.
And of course, if you haven't done so, make sure you check our website out. The link is in the description. It's all content in English. We do a lot of cool match day stuff, a lot of graphs, a lot of fans feeling, fan moods, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you go there. Link is in the description. So let's start.
Let's do it.
So the first question is from Tyler Simon. Ask RG, is Kentra good enough to be a backup left back for Real Madrid?
I think the answer is yes. When you plan the question like good enough, I think yes. I mean, we've seen it before. It's a pretty reliable sub for Marcelo. I think now is a kind of a mystery because, I haven't seen him play the last 2 seasons. So I would say yes, but, it's still a mystery until he comes back and actually has to play.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that I've always said it. I think that Kentra is a good player. He's a good sub. He's a player that I think tactically could be a little bit better than Marcelo. Defensively, is definitely a lot better than Marcelo. We saw that Mourinho used him a lot. We saw that, if I'm not mistaken, Ancelotti used him.
He actually started the UCL final in 2014 in Lisbon.
Exactly, for big matches. So I think Kentra is definitely good enough. He's also a player that is happy to be a sub, and that's a very important thing in Real Madrid.
It is.
Obviously, Real Madrid players are usually very ambitious. They all want to start. And to have a player that is happy being on the bench and is happy coming in and playing for Marcelo, I think that's definitely a good quality.
Yeah, it is a good quality. So yeah, the answer is yes.
So the next question is from Ultrasur 9000. Will Zidane become the next Alex Ferguson at Real Madrid?
I think it's pretty early to say, taking into account the fact that Ferguson was the manager at Man United for 27 years, 26?
Something like that, yeah.
27 years, and Zidane hasn't even finished a full year yet. So I think it's, pretty venturous to say. I don't know if I would like it, because one thing we did see with Alex Ferguson is, in 27 years, of course, there were a lot of seasons where he didn't win anything. And in some videos before we've said it, I don't think a manager at Real Madrid can, survive a year with no titles. Maybe Zidane, because he's Zidane, will have the credit to survive one. But, in 27 years, there will be more than 1 year without titles. So I don't see that happening.
Yeah, credit is very short at Real Madrid. But, we also have to think about the other way around. Has any other team had an Alex Ferguson? I think maybe
Wenger is on his
Arsene
way,
Wenger is probably, the manager that has kind of lasted the longest in the football elite. So,
but if you compare the titles Ferguson obtained,
versus Wenger,
it's a joke.
So I think I agree with Vitaly. I think it's way too early to say. And to be honest, I think at Real Madrid, an Alex Ferguson, like an Alex Ferguson-esque type manager, would probably be a manager that lasts around 5 years.
Yeah. And I say, unless Florentino becomes the manager, and then, of course, we'll have president and manager for centuries to come.
Yeah. Like an octopus kind of wrapping itself around the power at Real Madrid. All right, that's enough. So the next question from Stefan Schwarzmeier. Would you rather win titles but play ugly football, or play beautiful football but win nothing?
I'm going to answer this question with another question I'm going to ask you. Would you imagine if you were hungry and you have in front of you a simple plate of lentils and rice that you can eat, or you have this beautiful plate of ostrich burger and caviar that is the tastiest thing in the world, but you can't touch it? That's my answer.
Yeah, that's a very good answer. I think the answer is very simple. I would rather win. So playing ugly football, playing beautiful football, I don't care. If we win every single match in La Liga 1-0 and we win La Liga, I am happy with that. I think the most important thing, especially at Real Madrid, is winning. There might be other teams that value playing beautiful football and this and that, but we're here to win.
And 2 more things is number 1 is what is beautiful football? We have to start from there. And number 2 is, the amount of disappointment if you play beautifully and don't win is even bigger.
Yeah.
It's because you wouldn't understand. It's if we play so beautiful, why don't we win anything?
Yeah.
So I think it's a pretty clear answer.
Very good
question.
Great question. Thank you, Stefan. So the next question is from Isaac Crook. This one is for the one in glasses. I forgot his name. His name is Vitaly Vitaly, what is it like in Peru? This is kind of a general,
open, broad question. What is it like in Peru? In what way? Like, was it like the weather? The market, finance, socially? I don't know what you mean. It's nice in Peru. Definitely. I don't know. If you haven't been there, you should go and visit, and I'm sure you're gonna have a great time. And if you do plan to do that, write me, and I'll hit you up with some cool places to visit.
Some tips.
So I wouldn't even know how to start answering that question. It's very broad, but I would say it's nice.
It's nice. I think for a lot of you guys, I'm from Colombia, he's from Peru, South American countries. We understand that, you guys are curious about what it's like there. It's like anywhere else. It's, these are developing countries. There's obviously a little bit of poverty and so on. But the big cities, it's pretty much like being in any other big city in the world. We have running water, we have internet, we have fridges at home. We don't live in trees, and we don't kind of like chill out with monkeys and stuff like that. But yes, I think it's just a regular place.
Yeah. I mean, I chill out with monkeys, but it has nothing to do with me being Peruvian.
Yeah. That's just So the next question, the aimer, is Gareth Bale in the top 5 best players right now?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say, it's kind of difficult because, the top 5, it's really a top 3 because Cristiano and Messi still have that hegemonia, that domination. So it's really a top 3. I would say yes. I would put him there with Suarez. I don't know if Modric or Iniesta, one of those, and maybe Gareth Bale. It's more out of hope of what I'm hoping to see from him this season than out of what he's already done.
Yeah.
But that's my answer. I would say yes. Kind of like just like putting him in kind of with a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, I think so too. Again, I think we're kind of looking at top 5 best players. We're kind of defining it as attackers, I would say, because if we look at all the players, then we gotta throw some defenders in there. We gotta throw like midfielders and so on.
Yeah, goalkeeper too.
Yeah, goalkeeper. So I would probably say yes. Yeah, he's definitely up there. Next question from Haitza Gutierrez. Ask RG, who will be Pichichi this season? I
think, for those of you who don't know, Pichichi is the top scorer in La Liga. I think it's going to be between Luis Suarez and Cristiano, and I'm going to kind of dare to say that maybe we'll see Messi back in the fight again, and I hope to see Gareth Bale in the fight, but I think it'll be between Luis Suarez or Cristiano again.
I think it's going to be between Cristiano and Messi. I think that Luis Suarez, I don't think last season was an accident, but I don't see him kind of repeating that same thing. I think Messi's going to be a backup there. But if I had to put my money on anyone, of course, I'm going to go for Cristiano Ronaldo.
If I had to put some money, if it wasn't much, I would put it on Bale. Just again, because of what I hope to see from him this season.
Yeah. We expect a lot from you, Gareth. We know you're watching. All right, the next question is from Guy Ben Chitrit. I think this is a French last name or something. What would be your Real Madrid starting 11, assuming everyone is fit?
I think, to be honest with you, right now, it would be the same team that won the Champions League final last year. It would be Keylor Navas, Ramos and Pepe, Carvajal and Marcelo, Casemiro, Kroos and Modric, Bale, Cristiano and Benzema.
Yeah, I would have a slight variation. I have a tendency, obviously, towards James Rodriguez because I'm Colombian. So I would probably take out Benzema. I would have Sergio Ramos and Pepe on the right. Obviously, Dani Carvajal on the left, Marcelo. And then I would play the kind of old school Galacticos type of formation with Diamond. So I would have Casemiro as a holding midfielder, Kroos and Modric, James as an attacking midfielder, and then Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo up top. That would be my ideal starting 11. I think it would be awesome.
That's a good one too.
Assuming everyone's fit and everyone's playing at their top potential. Thank you for the question, Guy Ben Chitrit. Maria Madridista.
Hello, Maria, encouraging the ladies.
We're encouraging the ladies. We love the ladies. Keep the questions coming, girls. We know that you're watching. There's probably like 3% of you, but we love it. Thank you, Maria, for the question. If you could choose one trophy that Real Madrid could win, which one would you choose? Copa del Rey, Champions League, La Liga?
I think, we've said it before in a couple of videos. I think for me, this year, what I would like to see is La Liga. If we won the Copa del Rey and only the Copa del Rey, I think it could be considered a bit of a disappointing season.
Yeah.
Of course, if you win the Champions League, it's never a disappointing season. It's a trophy that can, again, it's just Champions League. So you can play horribly in La Liga, Copa del Rey, like we did last year, and win the Champions League, and it's a good season. But for me, if I had to choose one, I would definitely go for La Liga this season. I'm really, really hoping to see Real Madrid break that Barcelona's domination in the last
Yeah.
few years. And you know, the fact that in the last 8 years we have the same amount of ligas than Atletico de Madrid, just to say that as a fan is a little bit harsh.
You
There you go.
kind of get chills a little bit. I agree with Vitaly. I would probably, this season, I would probably go for La Liga. Obviously, the Champions League is an amazingly important competition. It's a great competition, and if we did win it this season, we would be the first team to win back-to-back Champions Leagues. So that also has a little bit of weight, but definitely we need to stop Barcelona from just winning leagues. Like they don't even try anymore, you know?
That's the thing.
So yeah, La Liga. Thank you, Maria Madridista, for the question. You are awesome. And finally, the last question from RZ007. What do you think will happen to Atleti after Simeone leaves? This is funny because
We're not gonna answer this question.
Yeah.
The Ultra Sur answered the question for us. You can see the answer here. I don't know if you agree. I do agree.
I agree too.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
But anyway, Galacticos, that was a segment today. We hope you enjoyed the answers, and thank you for the questions. Keep them coming at #AskRG. Give us a like and subscribe. You know, tell your friends and family we're here, and we'll see you later. Oh, don't go. Don't go. We're back. Shoutouts for LTA Games.
Real Chuari.
Real Chuari.
Yeah, Real Chuari.
RC007.
Ultra Sur 9000.
Tyler Simon.
Dainius Timucas.
Isaac Crook.
Bob Davidson.
Heitzer Gutierrez.
Pedro Jose Struve.
Walid Nasser.
Classic OG.
CR7 Rules.
Jose Aleman Restekpa.
Restekpa. Mateo Vieirinha.
Ivan Rodriguez.
Alex Ganekos.
Yeah, there's a shout out for you. Jimbo.
And Abdi Hassan. Thank you very much, Galacticos. We'll see you tomorrow.